Wayfair, my production company, was founded on the idea that as storytellers, we have a responsibility, and that responsibility is to be of service. I grew up in the Baha'i faith, and as Baha'i, we're taught that we are all one, regardless of what religion you believe in. We are all brothers and sisters on one planet, and we got to figure out a way to get along and to live in unity and harmony and peace. And the key ingredient to that is service, and it's service to your fellow man. And I believe that we're all given different gifts. I don't believe it matters what you do. I think it matters how you do it. And if your intention is to be of service through your work, then we're told that it's like prayer. So in our case, we like to say we're in the business of helping people remember that they're human. Remember that life is short. Remember that we have a responsibility to help and love one another. And if we can do that through storytelling, then we're succeeding. So being of service, inspiring, educating, creating content that matters and talking about the things that matter, but at the same time making them fun and commercially viable. We call it chocolate-covered broccoli. That's what we do. We want to make a difference, a small difference, and open the heart so that maybe people can realize their own capacity to change the world. Growing up in a faith that taught us that we all are given a capacity, and we don't know each other's capacity. We don't even know our own capacity. That's between us and God. And we're all given a responsibility to be of service with what we do. So we can choose all day long to pick a job and hate it and show up and just do it to make money and then leave and just be miserable. Or we can choose to find a way to love through what we do. For me, starting this production company, I realized at an early age that one of my gifts was storytelling. It wasn't acting. It was being behind the camera and telling stories. It was one of the things that drove me in my life. And I didn't just want to tell stories for the sake of telling stories. I wanted to tell stories that made people feel something. It's like alchemy of the heart for me. It's figuring out how I can transform somebody's bad day into a good day. Or how I can make someone who's maybe forgotten that today was a gift remember and maybe make a different action than they would have. How can I create something that makes someone call their mom who they haven't talked to in 2 weeks, or mend a relationship with a friend? To me, that's what matters, and that's why I do what I do. I don't know how you can look at history and not see that one person can make a difference. Now, let's be real, that one person also had an army of people behind them helping them. It wasn't just them alone, but it started with them alone. And those people oftentimes were inspired by one person, right? So you don't know, you might be one person that does something that inspires that one person who we're all gonna know in the history books in 200 years to do something. We don't know the potential of our actions. So if one person can't change the world, I would ask someone that didn't believe that, well then how did we get to where we are? Because the world's changed. I'm involved in the community and trying to make a difference and do good because I feel like it's my responsibility too. I feel like it's all of our responsibilities too, but it's very easy in LA, especially in this business, to get caught up in the way that the world sees you. And there's a quote I love. It comes from the Baha'i writings. Abdul Baha says, I, me, 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 me. These are the curse words of the future. For me, the Wayfair Entertainment literally stands for we. And if you flip it upside down, it's a me. So, me to we, right? There's some beautiful movements that are doing that. If we can stop our thinking about ourselves and about me and turn it into a we, then the whole world will change. So, what do I want my legacy to be? I want my legacy to be that this is a guy that was given this much and he did this much with it. And I tried, you know, that's really it, is that I gave it a shot and I tried and I put in work when I could. Biggest change I would want to see is that we just start being nice to each other. I think that's it. I think if we can just start being nice to each other and start seeing that we're not different, then all the problems will fall into place. But if I see you as a separate entity and as a separate thing than me, then that's where problems begin. So maybe if we stopped seeing separation and started seeing similarity, it might be a first step to just treating each other nicely. Us being with these kids today at the Home Life Family Living Center, I think it's so cool that the Midnight Mission bought a building and is using the building to serve and to rehabilitate families. I think it's a beautiful thing. Because downtown Skid Row, it's a tough place. I've spent a lot of time there. It's a really tough place, especially for families. And you can lose hope quickly there. But these kids, when you go out here and you see these kids, they're just filled with potential. It makes me want to cry. They're filled with potential. The whole world is in front of them. And their life is in the hands of us. Their life is in the hands of the people that are taking care of their mothers. They didn't ask to be dealt the hand that they were dealt with. But what I saw today when I went and spent time with the mothers, which we asked the cameras to not film, was that these are women that are really trying to get their lives together. And they're getting a hand up from this organization.
I was broken when I got here. And this opportunity is really big. It's really given me a peace of heart. And not only that, but it's giving me my kids. And it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing because I was an addict, I'm in recovery, and they didn't turn me away for that. They took me and they embraced me and they said, it's okay, and you could still grow. And so it's giving me that chance, and I've been able to see that I am a good person. I really appreciate, like the guy that came tonight, when I was hearing him speak, it was like I said, I was telling you earlier, it was so spiritual. And it's the meaning behind it that I loved of what he was saying. And it just goes along with the feeling here of being like a spiritual awakening and a peace.
And that's key. They're getting a hand up and they're being told that, I see you. I acknowledge you. You're not what your situation is. And sometimes all these people need is to be seen. Sometimes all they need is a little extra love, a hug, to be seen, to be heard, and everything can flip and switch. And so for me, what the cameras didn't see today was the most meaningful thing, and I think that's the most important thing. Because what we're doing right now, you have a minor celebrity and he's coming and he's hanging out with kids, and there's cameras here, and I get the purpose, right? You're filming it so that other people can see that, it's cool to give back. It's cool to to be of service, and also it helps the organization. But in reality, the real service is secret. And the real service is when the cameras aren't here. And the real service is done here. Not the guy coming to, say hi to everybody. But the real service is done when the cameras aren't here and we all leave and the people are mentoring and educating these women and teaching them about finance and spending time with these children. That's the real work. So to me, that's been the best part of this day, is seeing that it's actually happening right here. Hey guys, I'm Justin Baldoni, and you are watching Celebs Work, and we're still waiting on the celebrity. He hasn't showed up yet.